What if the life you're living right now is only a fraction of what's possible for you? What if your future self, someone who has already overcome the fear, confusion, and limitations holding you back today, could send you a message across time? Ancient legends speak of Thoth, the keeper of hidden wisdom, a being said to possess knowledge far beyond ordinary understanding. And according to these teachings, there is one message so important that ignoring it could keep you trapped in the same cycle for years. The strange part? Many people are already seeing the signs, but they don't recognize them. So before you scroll away, ask yourself this: what if the answers you've been searching for have been trying to reach you all along? Stay until the end, because Thoth's message may reveal something about your future that you were never meant to overlook.
You are sitting somewhere right now, and a thought will arrive in your mind in the next few seconds. You did not schedule it. You did not choose it from a menu. It will simply appear as if delivered, and then you will claim it as yours. But if you watch carefully, if you pay attention to the millisecond before a thought becomes conscious, there is a gap. A sliver of time where the thought exists, but you have not yet grabbed it. It is in transit. It is arriving from somewhere. The Hermetic tradition, the body of wisdom attributed to Thoth, known to the Greeks as Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great, has a very specific answer to this question. And the answer is not metaphorical. The first principle of the Kybalion, the text that distills Hermetic philosophy into 7 core axioms, states it plainly. The all is mind. The universe is mental. This is not a poetic flourish. It is a cosmological claim. It says that the fundamental substrate of everything you see, touch, measure, and experience is not matter. It is not energy in the way physics typically frames it. It is consciousness. Mind is not something that happens inside a brain. A brain is something that happens inside mind. Now, if you have spent any time studying quantum mechanics, something about that claim should make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Because in 1927, at the Solvay conference in Brussels, a group of physicists including Niels Bohr, Werner Heisenberg, and Wolfgang Pauli arrived at what became known as the Copenhagen interpretation of quantum mechanics. And what it says, stripped of the mathematics, is that a quantum system does not exist in a definite state until it is observed. Before measurement, a particle is not in one place. It is in a superposition of all possible states. The act of observation, the act of a conscious agent looking, collapses the wave function into a single outcome. Reality, at its most fundamental level, does not solidify until mind engages with it. Thoth's first principle, the universe is mental, written according to tradition, thousands of years before the double-slit experiment proved that particles behave differently when watched. You can dismiss that as coincidence, or you can consider the possibility that the Hermetic tradition was not guessing, that it was describing, in the language available at the time, the same phenomenon that Max Planck would later call the matrix of all matter, which he said was governed by a conscious and intelligent mind. But this is not a history lesson. This is about you. Specifically, it is about the version of you that exists in a state of superposition right now. The version that has not yet collapsed into form because you have not yet observed it clearly enough to make it real. And that is the message. Not from some external Thoth sitting on a celestial throne. From the principle that Thoth represents. The principle that says your attention is not passive. It is creative. What you observe, you bring into being. What you refuse to look at remains a probability cloud, hovering, waiting, unresolved. Think about what that means for the future you keep imagining, and then backing away from. You have a version of your life that visits you in quiet moments, a way of being, a quality of presence, a kind of work, a depth of relationship, a physical vitality, a creative expression. You know what it looks like. You can feel its texture. But every time you approach it, something pulls you back. Not an external obstacle, something internal, a contraction, a thought that says not yet, or not me, or that is not realistic. And in that moment of turning away, you are performing a very specific quantum act. You are refusing to observe. You are keeping your future in superposition. You are preventing the collapse that would make it actual. If this is resonating with you, if you can feel something shifting as you listen, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep going deeper together into these ideas. The Hermetic tradition calls this the second principle, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. This is usually quoted as a mystical aphorism, but its operational meaning is precise. It says that the patterns that govern the smallest scale of reality also govern the largest. That what is true for a photon passing through a slit is also true for a human being passing through a life. The same laws apply. The same relationship between observer and observed holds. You are not exempt from quantum mechanics because you are large. You are a quantum system, an astronomically complex one, but a quantum system nonetheless. And the rules do not stop applying just because the system gets complicated. So when you stand at a crossroads in your life and you feel two possible futures pulling at you, one familiar and contracting, one unknown and expanding, you are not experiencing indecision. You are experiencing superposition. Both futures are real. Both exist as probability. And the one that becomes your actual lived experience will be determined not by fate, not by luck, not by the external circumstances you keep blaming, but by where you place your sustained, coherent observation. This is the message your future self is sending. Not in words, in pull. In that strange magnetic tug you feel toward the life you are not yet living. That tug is not fantasy. It is not wishful thinking. It is the felt experience of a probability wave reaching backward through time, trying to attract the observation it needs to collapse into form. And yes, I said backward through time, because this is where Thoth's teaching and modern physics converge in a way that should stop you in your tracks. In 1978, the physicist John Archibald Wheeler proposed what he called the delayed choice experiment. The idea was radical. He wanted to know whether the decision to observe a photon could affect what the photon had already done in the past. Not what it would do, what it had already done. The experiment was eventually carried out, most notably in 2007 by a team in France, and the result was unambiguous. The choice to observe a photon after it had already passed through the experimental apparatus changed whether it had traveled as a wave or a particle. The observation in the present altered the behavior in the past. Read that again. The present changed the past. I want to pause here and ask you something. Have you ever experienced a moment where you felt your future self pulling you forward? A moment of knowing that seemed to come from somewhere ahead of you rather than behind you? Drop that in the comments. I think you will be surprised how many others here share that exact experience. The Hermetic tradition has a name for this: the principle of cause and effect. The Kybalion states that every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. but it adds something that most people skip over. It says that the masses are carried along, obedient to their environment, the wills and desires of others, and to the effects of inherited causes. But the masters, rising to the plane above, dominate their moods, characters, qualities, and powers, and become movers instead of pawns. What this means, translated into the language of the delayed choice experiment, is that most people live as effects. They experience their present as caused by their past. My childhood made me this way. My trauma shaped me. My circumstances limit me. And within a certain frame, that is true. Causes do produce effects. But the Hermetic teaching says there is a higher plane of operation where this sequence reverses. Where the future you choose to observe, the future you commit to with the full weight of your consciousness, reaches backward and reorganizes the causal chain that leads to it. Wheeler himself hinted at this. He said that we are participants in bringing into being not only the near and here, but the far and long ago. That the universe is a participatory universe. That observation is not a spectator sport, but a creative act that shapes reality retroactively. Your future self is not a metaphor. It is a probability state. And it is reaching toward you right now, not through time as you understand it, because time as you understand it is a flattened, linear version of something far more fluid, but through the field of consciousness that connects all points of your existence simultaneously. The question is not whether the message is being sent. The question is whether you are willing to receive it. And receiving it requires something very specific. It requires you to stop identifying exclusively with your past. This is where most people get stuck. Not because they lack desire, not because they lack information, but because their identity is welded to their history. You think you are the sum of everything that has happened to you. You think your personality, your limitations, your patterns, your fears, all of it is you. But the Hermetic tradition says something different. It says you are the observer of all of that. You are the awareness in which your history appears. And the observer is not bound by what it observes. The eye is not limited by the landscape it sees. The consciousness that watches your fear is not itself afraid. The awareness that notices your pattern is not itself patterned. This is the third principle at work, the principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates, and what this means practically is that the identity you think is solid, the personality you think is fixed, the self you think is you, is actually a vibrational pattern, a frequency, a habit of energy. And habits can be changed. Not by fighting them, not by forcing a new pattern on top of an old one, but by shifting the point of observation, by withdrawing your attention from the frequency you have been sustaining and placing it, deliberately and consistently, on the frequency of what you are becoming. There is a practice embedded in this that I want you to try. Not later. Now. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. If you are driving, keep them open but soften your focus. I want you to feel, not think about, but feel the version of you that is 1 year from now. Not the version your fear projects. Not the version your cynicism expects. The version your deepest knowing recognizes as true. The one that has already made the choice you keep hesitating on. The one that has already walked through the door you keep standing in front of. Do not visualize this person from the outside, as if watching a movie. Become them. Feel what it feels like to be inside their body. Notice how they breathe. Notice the quality of their stillness. Notice how they hold their shoulders. Notice the steadiness behind their eyes. This is not imagination. This is observation. And observation, as we have established, is what collapses probability into actuality. Now notice something. As you hold that feeling, something in your chest shifts. There is a warmth, or an expansion, or a settling. Your nervous system responds to this observation as if it were real, because at the level of your biology, it is real. Your body does not distinguish between a vividly held internal experience and an external event. This is not New Age speculation. This is the basis of the placebo effect, one of the most well-documented phenomena in medicine. A sugar pill with no active ingredient can reduce pain, lower blood pressure, even shrink tumors, because the patient's observation, their belief, their sustained internal experience of healing sends signals to the body that are chemically identical to the signals sent by actual medication. The body responds to the mind's observation. As above, so below. The fourth Hermetic principle is the principle of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Heat and cold are not two different things. They are the same thing. Temperature, at different points on a single spectrum. Love and hate are not opposites. They are the same energy at different intensities. And here is why this matters for the message your future self is sending you. The life you are living now and the life you sense is possible are not two different lives. They are the same life at different points on a single spectrum. You do not have to be someone else. You do not have to destroy who you are and build a new person from scratch. You have to move along the spectrum. You have to shift the degree. And the mechanism for that shift is not effort in the way you have been taught to think about effort. It is not grinding, pushing, forcing. It is attentional. It is about where you place your awareness and how long you hold it there. Think about what happens when you are afraid. Your attention locks onto the thing you fear. It becomes narrow, fixated, repetitive. You rehearse the worst outcome. You feel it in your body. Your muscles tighten. Your breath shortens. Your digestion slows. Your immune function dips. Your entire biology reorganizes itself around the object of your sustained attention. Fear is not just a feeling. It is a creative act. It is observation collapsing a wave function. And the wave function it collapses is the one you do not want. Now think about what happens when you are in love. Not romantic infatuation, but genuine, deep love. Your attention expands. Your body softens. Your breath deepens. Your immune function strengthens. You become more creative, more generous, more resilient. Your biology reorganizes itself around the object of your sustained attention, and the wave function it collapses is one of connection, vitality, possibility. Same mechanism, different observation, different reality. This is not philosophy. This is physiology. The Institute of Heart Math has spent decades documenting the measurable electromagnetic field produced by the human heart, a field that extends several feet beyond the body and changes its coherence pattern based on the emotional state of the person.
And now, the choice is yours. The wisdom of Thoth is not just about ancient secrets. It's about what you do with the awareness you've gained today. Your future is not something waiting for you. It's something you're creating with every thought, every decision, and every action. If this message resonated with you, don't ignore that feeling. It may be the very sign you've been waiting for. Remember, the future version of you is shaped by the choices you make right now. Choose wisely and let your journey begin.